climbers in Wales, it's one of our most treasured mountains, but is it as high as we thought? A group set out for the summit of Tryfan today to measure it as accurately as possible. If it turned out to be less than 3,000 feet, it was facing relegation from the elite league of Welsh mountains. Our very own Chris Dearden booted up and joined them on the climb to the top.
Off for a walk in the hills. But these men aren't just going to climb a mountain, they're off to measure it. And when they come down, it might be a different height to when they went up. The maps say Tryfan is 915 metres high, which puts it in the elite league of mountains over 3,000 feet. But it's never been measured that accurately.
Most of the heights that you see on the maps that you might use when you're out walking were positioned using aerial photography, kind of late 60s, early 70s. And the limit of that technique is that the height is probably good to 3 or 4 metres.
So here we are at the top of the mountain with the famous blocks known as Adam and Eve, known to mountain walkers around the world. And now, well, there's some other technology here as well, and very soon we should find out if the mountain's as high as we thought it was.
Can you release that one as well from the clip?
John Barnard, Graham Jackson and Mervyn Phillips measure mountains as a hobby. They've spent thousands of pounds on high-tech satellite kit, which works a bit like a posh version of the sat-nav you might find in a car.
Runs off exactly the same way as the GPS for your car satellite system or the handheld GPSs, but with a lot of differences in the ability to pick up a couple of signals from each satellite. If that's taken into account, then we come to this more accurate measurement of just a few centimetres.
The excitement to me is knowing that we can measure the summit of a mountain to within a few centimetres of accuracy, and that you can do that reproducibly. And measurement science just gives me a big kick.
It's the rocky slopes of Tryfan that make it special for mountain walkers. It's one of only a few mountains in Britain where you have to scramble with your hands to get to the top. So what if it was relegated from the list of Wales's 15 highest mountains?
It would still be a superb mountain. It's a fantastic walk, it's a great scramble, there's some wonderful climbing routes as well. But it's interesting to know whether or not the Ordnance Survey have actually got their historic survey data accurate.
Lots of number crunching, and it turns out they hadn't. But the news is good. Tryfan is really 3,010 feet, higher than on the map.
I feel great about that. I always really wanted Tryfan to be greater than 3,000 feet. It's a special mountain, fantastic mountain.
So, still in the elite league, Tryfan's position is now assured for all time.
Yes, now we know.